My friend Tiffany really likes the Titanic joke. Apparently she likes a little history with her humor. So Tiffany, this one's for you. Alexander Graham Bell goes over to Thomas Edison's house. He knocks on the door and Edison opens the door. Alex, you're here. Come here, you gotta see this. And he grabs him by the sleeve and he pulls him into the house. He goes through the house and out the back door and across the yard and into the workshop and he kind of swings him in and he slams the door behind him and he's like, check it out, what do you think? He's got this thing, set up on the table. And Alexander Graham Bell looks at it and goes, well, what is it? And Edison says, I call it a light bulb. And Alexander Graham Bell's like, well, okay, what is it? I mean, how's it work? I mean, walk me through it. I mean, tell me. And Edison says, okay. I got this glass ball, right? And I got this little wire in it. I basically call it a filament. And I got these two wires attached to it. And now the wires come out the bottom. And what I've done is I've sealed it and I've sucked all the air out of it. So there's no air in there. So I got the two wires attached to other wires. And those go across the table to the window. Out the window to the tree. Now, when lightning strikes the tree, it's going to send electricity down the wires across the table and into the bulb. And it's going to go across that little filament. It's going to get white hot. It's going to light up the room. And we never need candles again. Edison looks this over and he's like, this is the craziest thing I've ever heard. This will never work. I'm going to go home, but if anything does happen, call me.
What's that? What's that thing you're working on?
Well, it's a light bulb and...
A light bulb! Light bulb! I invented that. Me! I'm Thomas Edison. I invented the light bulb.
So since we're doing history jokes, I thought I'd do another one. This is a really old joke, so it kind of goes historical. This joke is so old, I heard Ronald Reagan tell it. Yeah, President Ronald Reagan. A little background so you'll get it. This joke is actually Russian. It was told in Russia by Russians in Russia. Back in the 80s. Now, one thing you need to keep in mind, back in the 80s, a lot of things were bad in Russia. It was, watch the movie Moscow on the Hudson with Robin Williams. That'll give you an idea of what it was like. Actually took place in New York, but anyway, watch the movie. One thing you need to keep in mind is that things were really slow, really bad. For example, if you wanted to buy a car, you had to pay in cash up front for the car. 10 years later, you could come by and pick up the car. It would take 10 years to make a car. It was awful. So anyway, this joke was told by Ronald Reagan about the 80s. Anyway, here's the joke. So a Russian goes to a car dealership and he's going to buy a car. He's got his money. He's got, he's going to pay cash for the car up front, and he signs all the paperwork. And the dealer says, okay, come back in 10 years and pick up your car. And the Russian says, morning or afternoon? And the dealer says, well, it's 10 years from now. What difference does it make? And the Russian says, well, I've got the plumber coming in the morning. Hey, I also wanted to do a quick shout out to Chaz. He was telling me cow jokes, several weeks ago. And, I think that was what was the catalyst for the utterly ridiculous cow jokes. So if you didn't like that video, blame him. If you liked it, it's a group effort. Hey, I wanted to say thanks for watching my YouTube video. I greatly appreciate it. Hey, if you could like or share, comment, that'd be great. Just lets me know that you like the videos. And thanks again for watching. Keep laughing.